Anything goes in Italy. There's no security measures or anything. You can put a baby, a dog, or anything you want. You can strap your phone to your ear as Bluetooth in Italy, and you can still drive around town as if nothing is going to happen. And really nothing happens.
I learned that it's possible for a city to be simultaneously incredibly beautiful and very, very disgustingly repulsively dirty. They'll appear to be almost a bit rude and standoffish, and then like 30 seconds later, they'll have a big smile and be really warm, and it makes me think that they probably weren't being a dick to begin with.
Pizza that makes me want to cry.
Aww. In the summer of 2022, I traveled to southern Italy and France for my friend Gaby's wedding and had a long overdue reunion trip with my friend Camille and her boyfriend Pritpal. 2 planes, 72 hours of no sleep, and 2 trains later, I arrived at my first destination, Florence. By the time I was walking on the cobblestones with my 50-pound suitcase, I was delirious. So this is my first Airbnb room that I share with my friend, fellow wedding guest, and former colleague Morgan in the heart of Florence. I had to drag my 50-pound suitcase up 3 flights of stairs since most Italian buildings are old without elevators. Word of advice, pack light, people, pack light. I'm not sure how to open it. As much as I wanted to sleep for 3 days straight, we decided the best way to get over the brutal jet lag is to stick it out until dinner time. So we visited Piazza del Duomo. Every Italian city seems to have a cathedral in the city center, but this one is by far my favorite. It looks like it's straight out of a storybook. This is our first meal in Firenze. Is that how you pronounce it? Is that how you pronounce it? I don't know. Or Florence.
Florence. Like Florida.
Oh my god. All right, hi Morgan. This is gonna be your souvenir. Then we stumbled upon something interesting in Piazza della Santissima Annunziata, a plaza that Morgan remembered from the hit HBO show My Brilliant Friend.
Wow, in Italian.
We tried to talk to a protester, but due to language barriers, we still weren't able to understand what they were protesting about other than capitalism. Our trip in Florence was very brief. After hitting a few key spots and having an expensive afternoon tea at the Westin Excelsior seeing this amazing view, we had to head to the Tuscan countryside where the wedding rehearsal dinner is. Show me how you want it to be. Are you gonna do this? My loneliness is killing me, and I must confess, I still believe.
I can paraphrase it. Oh, he doesn't like people when they like. Oh,
After a fun night of dancing, we headed back to our B&B deep in the Tuscan countryside. So this is our bed and breakfast for the next 2 days while we attend the wedding. This view is insane. Fun fact, we turned out to be the only guests, so we basically paid 1 room and got to enjoy the entire villa. So right now we're gonna take a dip in the pool before the wedding. This is amazing. The bride and groom arranged a shuttle for all of us scattered around in different villages. So off we go to the actual wedding.
I promise you that laughter will always be a commonplace in our house because I'm really funny.
It turns out my talented friend Gaby, the bride, will forever have set the benchmark for wedding receptions because no detail was left unattended. And I love that one of my favorite songs, ABBA's Dancing Queen, was played when everyone started dancing. The after party was an amalgam of Serbian and Puerto Rican cultural delights. As the wedding came to an end, I hopped on the train again to begin the second leg of my trip. I'm meeting up with Camille and Pritpal in Naples, a city that took me by surprise.
I learned that it's possible for a city to be simultaneously incredibly beautiful and very, very disgustingly, repulsively dirty.
And would you mind telling us which city it is?
It is Naples. You have the beautiful bay, you have the view of Vesuvius looming proudly in the background, you have these ancient buildings, and then you have like the same ancient buildings that are absolutely crumbling apart. The streets are covered in shards of glass and like the remains of someone's night out, like perpetually, and dog crap everywhere. You know, it's a biohazard. Just getting from A to B in Naples is a biohazard.
On our first night in Naples, we were greeted by the vibrant nightlife and lively performance, which reminded me of my time in New York City. There are lots of castles along the seaside of Naples, which presents quite the contrasting scenery to the dark and gritty facade of Naples, the old city. We decided to visit the famous Castel Nuovo.
Hello.
You're in glorious 4K. Oh, look at that hair swish. Hello. Look at where we are.
Wait, so they live here?
Sweet home.
I don't understand why, but
To punish themselves.
for doing what? Ah, I see. So- Yep. Wow. Deluxe master bedroom, where the monks live here to punish themselves. It's not too bad. Look at the view. After visiting the castles, we decided to check out the city from a bird's-eye view. That means we had to climb thousands of steps of stairs. As frugal travelers, we refused to take a taxi, and we surely pay for that with physical exhaustion, especially me with pre-existing back issues. But the view was certainly spectacular. So this is the top view of Naples. Kind of cool. Sunset. And now on to the most important part, food adventures. Naples is famous for its amazing food. Grazie. So apparently,
You need to put your bowl.
no, we order way too much food and this is what's happening. I'm holding my bowl and we have 3 giant plates that's overflowing. Alright, food day 2. This is a pasta heaven. I have the lupini, seafood pasta, aglio e olio with walnuts, mozzarella with tomato, of course, and then this is sausage.
White ragu.
What? Okay, right. Okay, whatever. Okay, all right. Ah. No. Well,
Incriminating by
so introduce us to this delicious pastry.
My favorite things. This one is sfogliatella and ricotta, which is filled with ricotta cheese infused with citrus peel and is mind-blowing. And then over here we have one that's filled with hazelnuts and almonds and citrus peel. And you two have the same one, same.
And this is an ancient recipe.
This is the oldest recipe of Naples.
Yeah.
And given that Naples has been around since the dawn of time practically,
Right.
this recipe's damn old.
And they have a red carpet leading up to this secret
Which is
place.
Absolutely justified.
Exactly. So this is where people are living, right above. You really like donut. Look at how large this donut is. Twice the size. And
American side.
so what kind of pizza is this? Speaking of pizza, after days of no success at the 2-hour wait line, we got into l'Antica Pizzeria da Michele, probably the world's most famous pizzeria, in under 20 minutes. And they already started eating and are already in heaven. Are you in heaven?
In the throes of silent time.
This is the only pizza that makes me want to cry.
Aww. How do you feel when you got into Da Michele within 20 minutes?
Like winning the lottery.
Yeah, like that's never happened before. I don't know how it happened, especially since we're supposed to be at peak dinner time. But I'm not complaining, and I'm going to order 2 pizzas in celebration.
I might order 2 pizzas too.
Ooh. So can you introduce Da Michele to us? What is it? Why do people line up?
One of the oldest pizzerias, and this guy, look, basically their menu is tiny, right? They've added a couple of pizzas in recent years, I guess, but for the longest time it was just these 2, and it's basically their perfection.
After our delicious and huge pizza meal, we listened to an Italian singer performing on his balcony. Time to head back to our Airbnb. We booked a really cheap room inside a cathedral, which was cool, but actually super humid and dark. To lighten up the mood from our disappointment, Pritpal started doing improvised skits featuring a very specific kind of American accent.
Under some mind control shit with this go viral. There ain't nothing go viral because there ain't no virus that exists. You all sheep. And you know what we do with sheep? We get the shotgun and we give it to them good. Those no good, Clinton loving, Democratic cunts. That's right. We know what it's about. You want to ask me what Jesus would do? Why, the good Lord sent down guns to America to keep out the riots, and then their immigrants, to keep them out the borders, and so we can keep America great.
The next morning, we checked out a modern art museum in Naples called Madre Museum. And boy, were we surprised by the exhibition content. Is this a sex museum?
But I mean, down
Where?
there, penises.
Yeah? Oh, that's true. So this is the lower penis room. Look. Hello?
Tree hugger, so this is ridiculous.
Apparently this guy's having sex with a tree.
Oh my god, it's like, the reason is not, yeah, 100%
He is having sex with a tree. Oh my god. Ew. Oh my god. This is my vibe.
Oh, the you would have loved
Yeah. No, this is so cool.
Roman interior design.
Like the black and white stripe and then the color. As we wrap up our museum visit, time for some hot Q&A.
So, Stella, what have you learned about Italy and Naples?
Well, I think it's surprising that Italy relies so heavily still in cash, and we barely had any opportunities to use our credit cards, which I love, and how most of every car is Fiat.
Camille learned some Italian.
I've ordered one.
Every car is really cute, really small, which makes sense. And what else did I learn? That scooters can be extremely loud and they drive really, really fast, but somehow they never hit people. That's another thing. That sounds so boring now.
Oh, we've seen some crazy stuff on scooters.
What else is
Baby on a
interesting?
scooter, dog on a scooter.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Dog
that's true.
being led on a walk where the guy was riding the scooter and carrying the leash, and the dog just runs alongside him at maximum speed.
Right. There, anything goes in Italy. There's no security measures or anything. You can put a baby, a dog, or anything you want. You can strap your phone to your ear as Bluetooth in Italy, and you can still drive around town as if nothing is going to happen. And really nothing happens. So, Pritpal, what did you learn about Italy or Naples or anything about Italy in general?
Well, I knew this already, but it reinforced that the food is excellent. I didn't know so much. I didn't know they were so big on pastries. Living in Paris, I kind of associate the pastry place of Paris, but actually Italians do it really well. One thing I was thinking of earlier today is I think I misread Italian people quite a lot. Sometimes when you go into a shop, they'll appear to be almost a bit rude and standoffish, and then like 30 seconds later, they'll have a big smile and be really warm, and it makes me think that they probably weren't being a dick to begin with. And I don't know, I misread them.
Well, I think the same thing too, actually.
It's interesting.
Yeah. That's all?
That's all for now.
Okay, all right. Now your turn.
God, okay, what did I learn? I feel very put on the spot. I was thinking of things before.
Beautiful.
Oh.
Yeah, but after like lockdown and quarantine and all these things, like going out into the world, it's like learning them over again.
Oh, you know what? Yesterday I saw an Italian girl in the train station, and she has the sexiest lips. And I don't like women, by the way.
There you go. It's enough to turn a straight woman gay. That is how beautiful they are.
In between our stay in Naples, we visited ancient Roman ruins left after the eruption of Mount Vesuvius, which buried many, many cities. So we are in Pompeii today.
On here, that's number 16, that's what I didn't like.
Hey girls.
Oh, and we saw a lot of cats wandering around everywhere in Pompeii. The following footage is a mixture of our visit to Herculaneum and Pompeii. A lot of areas are still closed due to repairs, and we were only able to visit probably 20% of the architecture. It was a shame, but still worth it.
So much of it has been left in ruins. Nevertheless, restoring these baths for public use was clearly a priority for the Pompeians.
Here we've got the grooves, ruts left by carriages and such thousands of years ago. Ancient potholes, kind of. And then this would have been flowing with sewage and stuff, and then to cross you would have used stepping stones to avoid getting dirty. So this is one of the sites they're currently working on, recently discovered. And when they first find them, this is what it looks like. Flurry of activity. Hints of colour. A face so clear, the camera still recognises it as a face. Theatre probably hasn't been this lively since AD 79.
Somehow, in between the ruins of Roman bathhouses, Pritpal decided to capture very girly moments between me and Camille.
My hair is very challenging, to be honest.
Fashion in Pompeii.
Wait, what? Are you
Fashion in Pompeii.
Creating that twist.
Okay.
And then you want to create a hole just on top.
Okay.
You might have to pull quite hard.
Okay.
And then you kind of feed that
elsewhere
hair
in
through.
Pompeii.
And then you push it through that hole.
Chanel.
Chanel number 5.
Ciao, Bella.
This is one of the victims of Pompeii.
So they destroy sometimes the walls.
How are their skeletons still in existence?
After Pompeii, we took a heavily graffitied train to the Amalfi Coast.
Wow. Look at that.
Now let's do a tour of our Airbnb in Sorrento with a beautiful sea view.
This is the living room and a sofa bed that's supposed to open. Kitchen. Oh, see you. Bathroom. Not bad. No window, but has a fan. And this is the main room. The cute. What is this? No, I know, but the animal. It's a bear? Sailor bear. Cool. Sailor bear. And this is the main bedroom, which has an amazing view. Look, it's right by the, hold on, take the camera, right by the ocean.
On our way to dinner, we walked along the coast and saw lots of buildings that are straight out of a Wes Anderson movie.
Hi, Camille. We're at, where is it? Sorrento.
Yes, at Trattoria da Emilia.
Ah, right here. And we have music.
We have music and we have bags.
We have bug spray as well. This is
that we naughtily bought.
I know, courtesy of Gaby and Simeon.
Thank you, Gaby. We've never met, but you've saved me from mosquitoes. Thank you very much.
And this is the view.
And a minute later, Gaby ran into us randomly and met Camille. Italy is magical like this.
That has the same blue water that you just paid $14 for.
The next day, we started our ambitious plan to tour the island of Capri, Positano, and back to Sorrento, all in the same day. This was an amazing restaurant in Capri with a long roster of celebrity diners. Hi, Camille. Hi. In the middle of Capri, out of nowhere, Camille and I decided to do a fashion show just for the sake of it.
Action.
Capri was breathtaking, requiring no filter whatsoever. We definitely recommend spending a few days here at least, unlike us, who departed only hours after because we needed to head to Positano. And Camille had some interesting things to say about this Instagram famous spot.
I'm filming you as you film.
It's famous because of Instagram and it's good for Instagram. Is it a good place to visit as a holiday when you don't give a shit about Instagram? Debatable.
Okay, savage.
Agree. Okay, we walk 5,000 steps to here on top of a hotel, and finally we found a bus stop, I think. This is insane.
Back to Sorrento. Around 11 o'clock at night, we had the most amazing seafood pasta and deconstructed tiramisu, which was new to us. Let's just say it was heavenly.
Okay, almost. How do you feel about this?
I feel excited and exhausted because we've been running around across Positano and Sorrento and Capri today, but I'm excited.
Nice, good to know. Hi.
Hello, this is the first ever, I think, genuinely Italian tiramisu I've had in my life.
Oh, really? That's true.
Yeah, look at this one. You've got flour, it's beautiful.
Right.
It's a work of art.
Yeah. Exactly. All right. Buon appetito.
It's now time for us to say goodbye to Italy and head to France. We took a bus from Sorrento back to Naples, where we board our regional flight to Nice. Look at the view of this coastal drive. We were very nicely surprised by the neighborhood of our Airbnb in Nice. It's in the outskirts of the city and a very affluent gated community, but surprisingly affordable. Now, let's do a tour of our chateau-style accommodation. The first thing we noticed was the bidet and the toilet are actually in two separate rooms, which was honestly the weirdest thing we've ever seen. So that was that. The good thing that we noticed is there is a separate sleeping nook for me, which is lofted and in this beautiful rounded part of the house, which it's honestly like a storybook, which I love. And the most beautiful thing is, of course, the outdoor terrace where we can see the mountains surrounding us and also the beautiful bay that's overlooking not far away. This scenery, we just love it so much. About 20 minutes walk from our Airbnb, we discovered a beautiful waterfall with a city view called Cascade de Guéron. And some cute animal friends. The next morning, we took several buses and a tram to downtown Nice and checked out the Old Town area called Villefranche-sur-Mer with lots of colorful houses. It's so quiet and perfect for Wes Anderson and architecture fans like myself. Back to the more modern part of downtown Nice, we wandered around quite a bit.
Oh, really? Oh, that's true. It almost feels like this is a lockdown that we escaped.
I have to say, Nice is a very colorful city with perfect Mediterranean climate. If I speak French, I would totally live here. On our last day, Camille and I visited a true chateau called Chateau de Crema. I was drawn to it because of the stunning red, and red is my favorite color.
So you're in vacation?
Yes.
Just in
Well, we went to Italy as well.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And today's our
Last day here.
So she's flying back to LA tomorrow.
We were taken inside by a private tour guide who is French and very sweet, and we got to tour the wine cellar. The chateau itself was bought by a wealthy owner and transformed into a replica of Coco Chanel's last residence at Ritz-Carlton. This is a replica of her bathroom. She supposedly had some Asian art as well. To close out the day, Pritpal rejoined us as he took a break from his songwriting, and we headed to the Garlic Coast, aka Cap d'Isle, in French, which is recommended by our Uber driver. The French Riviera did not disappoint. This rocky beach is straight out of a painting.
Hi. This is a video next to my mom. This is where we're going to be walking along the seaside to a beach called Mala Beach, which is supposed to be one of the nicest beaches in the French Riviera.
Hold on. I'm doing it.
Our last meal was at a restaurant called Restaurant La Pinède. It's a super expensive restaurant, but absolutely worth the price for a special occasion. We couldn't capture the view as it looked terrible on camera, but surreally beautiful in person. Highly recommend. And that's a wrap to my 15-day trip to the south of Italy and France, a trip made unforgettable by the heavenly food, beautiful scenery, and wonderful friendship.